On this final slide, we need to talk about working technology integration into this process. I've been working with Dr. Chatterjee. We've been working on the idea of mixing up the way we do our class. What are our goals? How are we going to meet them? Talked a little bit about research-based best practices in that lecture video mentality. So some of the things that I really have to think about when we talk about the technology integration, the LMS, what are we required to use? What built-in tools does our LMS have that's going to help us to meet our goals? What add-on tools? Does it have HTML ability to embed? Does it have discussion questions, peer review? Does it have all of those things, video capture? What does it have built in that I could use to take advantage of my LMS and integrate that technology provided by my district? Communication. Looking at how we're going to do that, again, talking about regular and substantive interaction, and how we're going to get that federally required amount of interactive communication, instructor to student, student to instructor, and student to student. Collaboration and community. What tools am I going to use to build collaboration and form community in my group, both small group and whole group? And then maybe some peer review. So what are the ways that I'm going to allow for my students to be able to have that kind of interaction and community building and collaboration with projects, et cetera? What tools are available to me within the constraints of my district and my available technology? Interactive engagement is another area where I would be giving recommendations and options to my instructor. Here are a couple of ways that you can do direct instruction or deliver information that go beyond the lecture, or maybe incorporate some lecture, but incorporate some interactive pieces. Also, how are we going to have the students interact with the content? How are they going to show their application of their learning? What ways can we give them technology, or what technology do we have available to them to really mix it up and make it more than just a paper or a discussion question? What do we have available? And then finally, especially because the scenario is specific about direct instruction and lecture, how are we going to give that direct instruction and offer assistance to our students? Is it going to be synchronous, asynchronous, a combination of the two? Is it going to be instructor-led? Are we going to allow there to be some student-led instruction? Or maybe some collaborative instruction where students work together to find answers, led or facilitated by the instructor? There are choices here, and I would definitely, this is where that relationship with my faculty member comes into play, because I'm going to want to make sure that we are staying within her skill level, or maybe pushing her a little, but also finding things that she's comfortable enough with to try and to reflect on, but that also meet our academic and course goals for our students. So there's a lot to think about. So you've got some references here you can find. If you go ahead and hit that button and go to the next page, you'll see my references with hyperlinks for you to look at all of these items. And my contact information is on the last slide. Thank you for sitting through my presentation.